What's up guys, it's Alex the Magician here, back for another Heroes 3 tier list video. And in this one we're continuing the upgrades tier list by ranking the tier 4 upgrades. So let me know what you guys think in the comments below, if you guys happen to agree or disagree with any of my rankings and why. But let's just go ahead and get into this. At the very bottom, I rank the Horned Demons upgrade. Really, I feel like this upgrade is just super underwhelming. All it does is increase their health by 5 and their speed by 1. So, you know, just no boost in stats, just a +5 health and +1 speed. You know, seems like a really underwhelming upgrade. The silver lining is the fact that they are pretty cheap. It's only 20 extra gold. So, I mean, of course, you know, getting a little bit more health means that these guys will be a little bit beefier for, let's say, utopias or hives or what have you. And if you are, for example, demon farming, I can definitely see you getting this upgrade, but overall just an underwhelming upgrade. So that's why they're at the bottom here. All right, next I'm gonna rank the Arch Magi, the Medusa Queens, and the Basilisks, Greater Basilisks. So once again, these upgrades are pretty underwhelming. I would say not a whole lot of reason to go for any of these. So they're all pretty similar as well. I think for each of them, they get like +1/+1 to stats, +5 to health, and like +1 or +2 to speed. So for the Arch Magi, yeah, it's +1 attack, +1 defense, +5 HP, and +2 speed. Now, they don't gain any additional abilities. They have basically the same abilities as the regular Magi have. It's no melee penalty. The spells cost 2 mana less for you, and you also have no obstacle penalty. So, which means you can shoot behind walls without actually suffering that obstacle penalty. But overall, you know, just not a huge difference from the regular Magi. I would say not really a reason to waste a day building these. For Medusa Queens, same thing, +5 HP, +1 attack and defense, and +1 to speed. The only thing with the Medusa Queens is it's also okay that they get an additional 4 shots. So the regular Medusas only have 4 shots. These have 8 shots, which is still not a lot as far as a ranged unit goes. So that's kind of why they're here. You know, once again, I don't really think there's much of a reason to go for this upgrade. You know, while it's not as bad as the demons, still, you know, you usually just don't really go for this. All right, and the Greater Basilisk, similar story, +5 HP, +1 attack and defense, and +2 to speed. Once again, you know, they don't gain any abilities. You know, the speed is nice. It can allow you to, you know, maneuver a little bit better, but since there are 2 hex units, it's kind of awkward to maneuver them anyway. So again, kind of an upgrade that you usually would not really go for if you're playing Fortress. Alright, next I'm going to rank the Energy Elementals. So Energy Elementals, pretty decent upgrade, I would say overall. They gain +2 to speed, +2 to attack, and also an interesting thing that they gain is they gain the ability to fly. So actually the regular Fire Elementals don't fly, which means that they will maneuver awkwardly around obstacles, but these guys do fly. So that is kind of a nice thing to have. The abilities are all the same, except that they also gain the ability to cast protection from fire. While it's not necessarily that useful, you know, it could potentially be utilized for some kind of Armageddon strategies, or when you're expecting your opponent to maybe cast Armageddon or something like that. So, you know, overall, not an amazing upgrade, but I would say that giving them +2 speed and the ability to fly is pretty decent, better than any of the other ones, which, you know, The +2 speed can allow you to get first move in pickets. It can allow you to get first move in fights, and maybe you arma bomb something. So that's definitely a little bit more decent, I feel like, than the E and the F tier. Okay, next I'm going to rank the Silver Pegasi and the Acid. So similar story for these. Basically, you get them because of their speed, right? And the Silver Pegasi are a little bit better because they have speed 12, right? So speed 12, that means that if you don't have another faster unit like an Angel or something like that, you can utilize these to potentially get first move in fights when your opponent has Angels and you're the attacker or something like that. So definitely decent to have speed 12. The Acids, so the regular Pegasi have speed 8, and so it's a +4 speed increase. For the Acids, it's only a +2 because the Stormbirds have speed 9, the Acids have speed 11. The Acids, though, also gain an interesting ability. They increase their maximum damage by 1 and attack by 1, and also they have an ability called Ferocity, which means that if they kill some units, at least one unit, with their attack, then they will attack twice. So they'll strike twice. So pretty damn decent ability, actually. So, you know, basically that kind of doubles their damage output because you're almost guaranteed to kill at least one unit with your first attack. The only problem is that you're usually not really going to have large enough numbers of these to really make a difference, so you're usually not going to be relying on a power stack of these. But on templates like Jebus Outcast, for example, you can definitely find like boxes of these, and it could be a decent power stack with that double attack, so not a bad one. But I do rank the Silver Pegasi higher because I do feel like speed 12 is that much better than speed 11, because in many cases you and your opponent will have Angels. So at least if you don't have Angels, the Silver Pegasi can match their speed, and if you're the attacker, you get first move. And besides the speed, they also gain +2 defense. All right, B tier. I am going to rank the Ogre Magi. So the Ogre Magi, I feel like, is a really kind of underrated upgrade. It actually increases their health from the regular Ogres by 20. So it's a 50% increase. The regular Ogres have 40 health. These guys have 60 health. And that is a huge increase. It makes them like a tier 5 unit. Even most tier 5 units don't even have that much health. Only a few of them do. So really, I would say a really good upgrade, and especially good for Stronghold, because Stronghold is something that really needs something tanky because most of their units are kind of squishy. So I would say a really good upgrade if you can actually get them, if you can actually make it useful, right? I would say, you know, most of these are like starting from D tier. These at the bottom are not really that useful. The demons you would get if you're demon farming just because. And from D tier up, you know, D, C, and B, I would say they're pretty good upgrades, but you would get them only if you if you can make them useful. They're not necessarily that great in 100% of cases, and it's not that common to see you go for these upgrades, but in a situation where you can make them useful, like let's say with the Stormbirds, if you have a decent number of them and you can actually utilize that ferocity ability, then yeah, sure, you could go for that upgrade. Or if you need the additional speed boost and the flying ability on the energy elementals to like maybe arma bomb or something like that, then you know, you can go for that upgrade. Pegasi, same thing, you know, getting the speed boost. If that's something that you need, you can get that. And Ogre Magi, you know, if you get decent numbers of them, like with external Ogre Dwellings or perhaps an Ogre Box, then yeah, I could definitely see going for this upgrade. And in addition to the 50% health increase, they also get the ability to cast Bloodlust. So you can utilize these as 1-stacks and increase the attack of your other creatures as well. So really solid upgrade overall, I would say. I mean, a 50% health increase giving you 60 health really makes this like a tier 5 unit, and, you know, one of the better tier 5 units, because I think it's only the Thunderbirds that have 60 health and the Mighty Gorgons that have 70 health. Everything else actually has, on tier 5, has less than 60. So yeah, that I feel like makes them a pretty damn good tier 4 upgrade. All right, next I'm going to rank the Crusaders. So Crusaders, similar story to the Marksmen, Wolf Raiders, and the Grand Elves. It gives them a double attack, right? So essentially it doubles their damage potential. Always a really, really good upgrade. You know, once again, the only problem with it, or the only thing that you have to watch out for, is the fact that if you don't one-shot whatever you're fighting, if, you know, you hit once and that stack is still alive, they will retaliate, right? So first you hit, then they retaliate, and then you strike the second time. So you just need to watch out for that. If you are utilizing a power stack of these guys, then you still want to take retaliation from whatever you're fighting if you don't one-shot them with that first hit. So. And other than the double strike, they also get +2 to their attack. They also increase their damage, minimum and maximum, by 1, and it increases their speed by 1 as well. So really solid upgrade overall. If you do happen to get a swordsman box or something like that, I can definitely see going for this upgrade as castle, even if you're trying to build angels, because they can be really good in hives, they can be really good in consas. So overall, just a really solid tier 4 unit. And I believe that these guys are actually the strongest tier 4 unit in a one-on-one battle. So even against vampire lords, these guys end up winning in a one-on-one fight. All right, and the S tier, you know, same as my actual ranking of tier 4 units, is going to be the Vampire Lords, right? So once again, a ridiculous upgrade. I mean, not much to say about that. I don't think anybody is going to argue with this one. It is the most ridiculous unit in the game, probably, and, you know, making it a tier 4 unit, you know, you can just clear the entire map with Vampire Lords, well, save for creatures that you cannot use the life drain on. So overall, the upgrade, I believe, increases their speed by 3 from 6 to 9, which is also really good. It also gives them no retaliation, no enemy retaliation. Well, actually, sorry, the regular vampires have no retaliation as well. I forgot about that. It increases their defense by 1, increases their health by 10, actually, as if that life drain was not enough. They also got all of those buffs. And yeah, they have the life drain, which really makes them ridiculous. With enough high enough numbers and good enough stats, you can farm utopias with them, you can do breaks with them, you can do really, really difficult fights on just the vampire lords and nothing else. And you don't have to utilize magic, save for something like shield or stone skin to kind of, you know, make them a little bit beefier. You know, you really don't even have to utilize your main hero. These guys, like, at about 20 of them, they can farm any size cons, maybe even less than that. Even on a side hero, you know, any size hive, any size picket is relatively easy with these guys. So really, really imba unit. And actually, fun fact, guys, I don't know if you guys knew this, I only learned this a few weeks ago. The estate, the vampire dwelling, actually has the highest value out of any other dwelling. Which, you know, kind of makes sense, but it's kind of mind-blowing to think that even like the Portal of Glory or the Dragon Cave is lower value than the estate. So kind of an interesting factoid for you guys there. But yeah, you know, not much else to say there, just that it is a ridiculous unit and no other unit really even compares. Like, of course, when you talk about something like Archangels, yeah, they're a really strong unit, but they're not nearly as imba as this. You know, the vampires, they can just do ridiculous stuff. So anyway, on that note, I am going to end this video. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this. Let me know what you think in the comments below, and feel free to check out the Twitch stream, link in the description below, and I will see you guys soon. Peace out.